Before we begin, my friend, let me tell you what this video is not. It does not mean becoming cold. That is not strength. Bulletproof means rooted. Bulletproof means regulated. Even when the world is loud, you still feel everything. You still ache. You do not break in half because someone raised their voice. That is the strength we are building today. Welcome, my friend. Whatever you are carrying right now, you can put it down for the next few minutes. If a single comment from a coworker can ruin your entire week, this video is for you. While the person who said it has already forgotten, if your mood depends on whether your mother sounded warm or cold on the phone, this video is for you. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are simply a soft heart that was never taught how to stay rooted. I'm going to walk you through 9 steps. 9 steps to take back the peace you have been giving away. And while we walk through these steps together, you are also going to practice something else. Real sentences, real rhythm, real words you can use in real life. Your heart will feel a little stronger. That is my promise to you. Before we go further, do something kind for yourself. Tap subscribe. But because if these words are speaking to you tonight, there will be more of them. You do not have to walk this path alone. When was the last time you felt steady? The kind of steady where someone could say the wrong thing. The kind where your worth did not move when someone else's opinion did. Most of us were raised in homes where peace had to be earned. We learned to shrink fast, smile fast, fix fast. But it was not love. It was vigilance. That is what we are healing today. We are going to take you, slowly, gently, step by step, from a person who flinches at every word. So take one more breath, my friend. And it begins with the smallest, hardest truth of all. Step 1. Before you can become emotionally bulletproof, you must understand something uncomfortable. And right now, my friend, you have been letting strangers move in without paying rent. A relative makes a passive comment at dinner. A stranger online types 6 words, and somehow they have a key to your front door. You will never feel safe inside yourself. You cannot rest in a house where everyone has access. You cannot be peaceful when your peace depends on whether someone else approves of you today. The owner of your home. The owner of your time. The kind of person who decides, quietly and finally. Imagine you bought a beautiful apartment, but one day you start letting people stay there. An ex tapes letters on the walls. A stranger from the internet sleeps on your couch. You wake up in your own apartment and feel like a guest in it. You write a list of names and ask, have they earned a key to my home? You change the locks. You make tea. You are that apartment. Your peace is that apartment. There was a man named Marcus. If a coworker frowned at his report, he rewrote it 3 times. He went home each night, exhausted. One evening, his sister watched him refresh his email at the dinner table for the 4th time. Marcus stopped. He felt the truth of it like a quiet bell. Every morning after, he said to the mirror. 6 months later, he told his sister, so today, my friend, your first practical step is the eviction. List the names. The boss, the ex, the cousin, the stranger. Now next to each name, ask, did I invite you in? Say it out loud if you can. You do not live here anymore. I'm not renting this room to you. Ask one quiet question. If the answer is no, you do not have to throw the comment away in anger. Bulletproof people are not unfeeling. They are unrented. So from today, say this. That is step 1. Stop renting your peace to other people's opinions. Step 2. There is a quiet, beautiful kind of suffering almost every soft-hearted person knows. You explain yourself. You re-explain. But that day rarely comes. And here is the truth most people never accept. Not because you are unclear, not because your words are wrong, their own past, their own limits. And they will still see a shape they have decided you are. And no amount of explaining will wipe a window that is not yours to wipe. It comes from no longer needing to be. It comes from letting go of the job of translating yourself. Imagine a lighthouse on a cliff at the edge of the sea. One foggy night, ships pass by. Some see the light clearly and steer to safety. And one ship shouts angrily. Now imagine the lighthouse trying to chase that ship. It cannot. The ones who can see will see. You are that lighthouse. The right people will see you clearly. There was a woman named Selena. When Selena left her old job, her sister called her irresponsible. Selena spent years writing long messages, explaining, defending, softening. One evening, drafting yet another long apology, her best friend called. Selena put the phone down. She did not send the message. I am allowed to be misunderstood and still be whole. She did not cut her sister off. She just stopped chasing her understanding. So today, my friend, your second step is to lay down the need to be understood by everyone. Ask, have I been performing for them, shrinking or stretching to fit their view of me? I am allowed to be misunderstood and still be whole. Ask, is this person trying to understand me or trying to manage me? I hear you. I see it differently. That is okay. Bulletproof people are not unfeeling about being misjudged. So from today, say this. That is step 2. Drop the need to be understood by everyone. Step 3. There is a tiny moment between the words that hurt you and the words that come out of your mouth. The heat rises, the chest tightens, the fingers fly. Hours later, they reread what they wrote and feel quiet shame. And here is the truth most people never accept. Wounds talk fast. Wounds talk loud. Wounds talk in absolutes. They tell you that you must reply right now, this second, or you will be erased. And every time you obey it, you hand your power to the person who triggered you. The gap between trigger and response. And you choose, on purpose, what to do next. The person who can stand inside it for 3 breaths. Imagine a kettle of water on a stove, and someone reaches for it with their bare hand to pour it. The kettle was simply doing what hot water does. Now imagine the same kettle. But this time, the person turns off the flame. They put their hand on the handle only when it has cooled. You are that kettle. Your nervous system is that boiling water. You let the flame go down first. There was a man named Daniel, but the truth was, Daniel was losing his life one argument at a time. He fired off a midnight email and lost a client. One Saturday, after another fight he could not remember starting, he whispered, I am tired of being right. I want to be at peace. No matter what message arrived, he would wait 20 minutes before replying. 3 months later, his brother said, Something is different about you, Daniel. You are softer. So today, my friend, your third step is to install the gap. When something hits you hard, you do not respond for at least 20 minutes. 1. You breathe. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the mouth 4 times. I am angry. I am hurt. I am scared. Naming softens the storm. What response will the calm version of me thank me for tomorrow? And practice the language of the gap. I need a moment. I will come back to this. These are the sentences of a strong person. Bulletproof people are not without anger. They simply refuse to be ruled by it. With the dignity of a kettle that knows when to be poured, I will breathe before I speak. I will calm before I respond. That is step 3. Regulate before you respond. Step 4. Emotional strength is not a feeling you wake up with one morning. Bulletproof people built their inner walls before the storm came. And when the world threw its rocks at them, and here is the truth most people never accept. You cannot be steady when life shakes you, if your daily life is already a tremor. The crisis does not break you. The fortress is not raised in the storm. Strong people are stronger because their daily routines have been quietly carrying them for years. So when something hard happens, they have a baseline to fall back into. Imagine an ancient stone wall around a small village. Generations carried stones, one by one, from the river to the hill. But year after year, the wall grew. The villagers did not panic. Now imagine a different village. Days passed. The hill stayed bare. The villagers ran into the field with bare hands, trying to stack stones in the dark. You are the first village, my friend, and every quiet day, you choose one small act of self-care. There was a woman named Arya. On calm weeks, she stayed up late, ate cereal for dinner, scrolled until 2 in the morning. One day, her therapist asked, "Arya, what does your Tuesday look like when nothing is wrong?" So she started small. 3 stones a day. She felt it fully. But she did not collapse. She told her therapist, "I am still standing." The news was so heavy. So today, my friend, your 4th step is to choose 3 stones. A glass of water before your phone in the morning. Write them on a sticky note. Track it. Not perfectly, just honestly. 6 weeks of dots is a wall. The day life finally throws its rock at you, you built, stone by stone, on the days you thought did not matter. Stacked with weeks of small choices that the world never saw. So from today, say this. That is step 4. Build the daily fortress of small habits. Step 5. There is a strange and exhausting habit almost every tender person picks up early in life. A passive comment, a cold tone, a subtle insult dressed as a joke. We argue, we defend, we explain. And here is the truth most people never accept. Not every provocation is meant to be solved. They are designed to pull you out of yourself, and the moment you bite, they win. Emotional strength is the slow art of refusing the hook. Not in arrogance, just in self-respect. Imagine a calm fish in a deep, quiet river. Bright, shiny, tempting hooks, each one wrapped in something attractive. The fish that bites gets pulled gasping into a stranger's bucket. Notice how the fish that survive are not the angriest, the loudest, or the fastest. They have learned to look at the hook, recognize the shimmer for what it is. You are that fish. Your peace is that river. There was a man named Idris, but there was one cousin in his family chat who lived to provoke him. Every time, Idris bit. He typed long, painful replies, defending himself. Idris lost entire weekends to these chats. The cousin did not want a conversation. The cousin wanted his energy. The next baited message came, and he replied with 7 words. The cousin tried twice more, then went quiet. So today, my friend, your 5th step is to learn the art of the swim past. When a message arrives that makes your chest tighten, before you reply, ask 3 questions. 2. If I bite, what will it cost me? In hours, sleep, and peace. The bulletproof version, almost always, simply swims past. Thanks for sharing your view. I see it differently. Take care. Or, often, the strongest reply of all. Silence. Bulletproof people are not without provocation in their lives. So from today, say this. That is step 5. Refuse the bait that steals your energy. Step 6. There is a quiet confusion that lives inside almost every soft heart. Someone hurts us, and we think the pain is supposed to grow until it consumes us. Whispering at 3 in the morning, what if I had said this? What is wrong with me? And here is the truth most people never accept. Honoring looks like this. You sit with it. You name it. And then, when the wave has passed, you breathe. You step back into your life. It is tying the wave to a chair inside your chest. That is not feeling. That is self-punishment dressed as depth. But they also know how to close the door behind a feeling once it has been honored. They feel, and then they return to their life. You have 2 choices. The wave hits you anyway, knocks you down, drags you across the sand, leaves you exhausted. It lifts you for a second. Then it passes. You are still standing. Now imagine someone who has lived a life of fighting every wave. And someone teaches them, gently. You do not have to fight the water. You can feel the water. The wave is just passing through. You are that person at the shore. There was a woman named Naomi. A breakup, 3 years old, still ate 2 evenings a month. But she was not feeling. She was looping. Naomi, you are not feeling your sadness. You are marrying it. So she made a small ritual. She would feel it fully. Cry, write, sit. Week by week, the spirals shortened. A year later, Naomi told her neighbor. So today, my friend, your 6th step is to learn the difference between feeling and looping. 1. Name it out loud. This is grief. This is anger. This is shame. 3. When the container is done, say, honoring leaves you tired, but lighter. Looping leaves you tired and heavier. Stand up. Drink water. Step outside. Let the wave finish. So from today, say this. That is step 6. Honor the feeling. Refuse the spiral. Step 7. Not every annoyance is a wound, and yet, for many of us, small things and large things land with the same impact. And by the end of the day, you are exhausted, as if a real tragedy happened. And here is the truth most people never accept. You get to decide. They acknowledge the pebble. They let the pebble be a pebble. Emotional strength is the quiet ability to keep proportion. This is not denial. This is not coldness. Imagine you are walking up a mountain path with a basket on your back. A pebble at noon. A pebble at 1. A pebble at 2. You collapse on the path, surrounded by stones that, alone, weighed almost nothing. Now imagine the same path, but this time when a pebble appears. I see you. You are small. Goodbye. The pebbles stayed pebbles because you refused to carry them. And bulletproof people are not the ones with no pebbles. There was a man named Elias. If a coworker did not greet him in the morning, he carried it for 3 days. He was always tired and never knew why. Elias was quiet for a long time. When something annoying happened, he would feel it fully for 2 minutes, then say out loud, "Pebble." After a few weeks, Elias had energy in the evenings. He laughed more, he told his old friend. So today, my friend, your 7th step is to practice the 2-minute rule. Feel the sting. Sigh. Mutter under your breath if you need to. If a slightly larger thing happens, give it 10 minutes, but still ask, is this a pebble or a boulder? And once a week, do a basket check. Sit down for 5 minutes and ask yourself. Visualize taking it out of your basket and placing it gently on the side of the road. Walk on lighter. They save their fire for what truly deserves to be lit by it. I will feel small things briefly. I will not grow them. That is step 7. Let small things stay small. Step 8. There is a quiet question at the bottom of almost every emotional struggle. Most of us were never taught the answer. And when those things shifted, we did not just feel sad. And here is the truth most people never accept, until there is a place inside you that does not move when the outer world does. On the morning, nothing goes right. On the afternoon, someone you love walks away. That ground is the only thing that allows you to love others without drowning in them. They have a relationship with themselves that is older and more loyal than any relationship outside. Imagine an old oak tree in an open field. From the outside, it looks like the tree is about to break because under the soil, its roots have been growing for decades. The wind moves the leaves. The wind cannot move the roots. Now imagine a young tree in the same field with shallow roots. And one storm too many, the young tree falls. You are that oak in training, my friend. Every honest conversation with yourself is a root. Every promise you keep to yourself is a root. There was a woman named Mariam. Her mother was her ground, then her best friend, then her partner. After her partner left, she sat one evening in silence and realized. So she began the slow work. Every evening, she wrote one sentence to herself. She kept her own promises. Small ones. 2 years later, when her father got very sick, the storm was huge. She told her best friend, "I am sad in a way I have never been sad. but I am not lost. So today, my friend, your 8th step is to begin growing roots. Sit, breathe, ask 3 questions. Then, sometime that day, keep the promise. And speak to yourself the way you would speak to someone you are raising. Stop calling yourself names. Bulletproof people are not standing on one person, one job, one outcome, and no storm can take that from them. So from today, say this. That is step 8. Become your own steady ground. Step 9. We come now to the final step, and it is the most important one. Then maybe I should stop loving people. Maybe the answer is to close the heart. The goal was never to teach you how to stop loving. And here is the truth most people never accept. A small heart that closes itself off is not strong. It is starving. But a wide heart with deep roots, that is the most powerful presence on earth, who can be hurt by a partner and still come back to themselves. The deeper your roots, the wider you can love, strong enough that your heart can stretch, trust, give itself. Imagine a tree growing right beside a wide, flowing river. From a distance, you might worry. Surely it will be swept away in the next flood. Because under the soil, its roots have grown deep into the riverbank. The river feeds the tree gives shade to the world. Neither breaks the other. The first flood, it falls, not because it loved too much. The lesson is, grow your roots deeper than your branches. Your loved ones are the river. There was a man named Ezra, betrayed by a close friend in his 20s, abandoned by a partner in his 30s. After all this, Ezra had quietly decided to close his heart. But he was not strong. He was lonely. In those slow days at her bedside, something cracked open in him. Ezra wept. He set his boundaries. He regulated. He became his own ground. He loved his nieces. He made new friends. He told his aunt years later. The point was never to stop loving. The point was to root deeply enough to love without breaking. Make a quiet vow. But I will also keep growing my roots every day, so my love does not cost me myself. Remember this. Every step in this video, every boundary, every breath, every kept promise, every refused hook, every honored feeling. So you can love this life, love these people. That is what bulletproof really means. Bulletproof people are not the ones who stopped loving. So from today, say this. That is step 9. Love deeply, root deeper. My friend, take a breath with me. Let us look back at the path. Step 2. You dropped the need to be understood by everyone. Step 4. You began to build the daily fortress of small habits. Step 6. You learned to honor the feeling, but refuse the spiral. Step 8. You began to become your own steady ground. 9 steps. 9 roots. I want you to hear something clearly tonight. It is a slow, patient, beautiful relationship that you build with yourself. There will be days when you forget every step in this video. That is okay. The wind moves your leaves. The roots are still there. And say this with me, slowly. Whisper if you need to. I am tender, and I am steady. My peace is mine. My ground is mine. My life is mine. I am allowed to be hurt and still come back to myself. I am rooted. I am rising. I am safe inside myself. And next week, on the morning a hard message arrives. If this video reached you tonight, do me one small kindness, because every time you type it, you are placing one more stone on the wall. If you have not yet, subscribe, because the next time the world feels too loud, I want you to find another quiet room, like this one. And tell me in the comments which step you needed most tonight. Your words might be the words another tired soul needs to read at 3 a.m. Be very, very gentle with yourself for the rest of this night. You let new roots reach into the soil of your soul. Stay strong. Stay soft. I will see you in the next one, my friend.